Hello there you beautiful people, and welcome to this video where we're going to be talking about how you can download the source code for packages. So at the minute all we've been able to do is download and install pre-compiled binary packages, but we're interested in how we might be able to go about getting source code so that we can exercise the freedoms that free software gives us. And it's actually a very easy process in order to do. So all you've got to do is, as an administrator, so with the sudo command, open up in nano the /etc/apt/sources.list file. Okay, now in here, when you enter your password, you're going to be opening up a configuration file that your package manager uses to determine which repositories and which package files it downloads. In other words, which sources it downloads. Okay, so what we're going to do in here is you'll notice that there are lines that start with deb source or deb-src, and those lines have a hash in front of them. What I want you to do is I want you to just delete all those hashes on those appropriate lines. And what this will do is it will activate the ability for your package manager to be able to download source code, which is deactivated by default just to save efficiency basically. So there we are, I've gone ahead and done that. I'm going to press Ctrl and O to save the file and press Ctrl and X to exit. So now what we've done is we've said to the package manager, hey, why don't you go ahead and download the package lists that contain source code, okay? But to be able to get those things in the cache, we've got to update our cache, okay? So all we've got to do now is do sudo apt-get update, and it's going to go ahead and start downloading all the source packages here. So you can see that this is installing all the source packages into our cache. This is a very useful thing because now we're almost ready to be able to download source code. Okay, so before we can download source code, we need to install one more package, which is so if we do sudo apt-get install, it's going to be the dpackage-dev package. So dpkg-dev, you install that, you type yes when it asks you, and there we are. We've managed to now, it's going to go ahead and download and unpack that package. And now we can go ahead and install source code. It's literally that simple. Okay, so we've been messing around with the xeyes package. Let me head over to the desktop, and we've been messing around with the xeyes package. So how can we get the source code for the xeyes package or the xeyes program? Well, it's contained in the x11 apps package. So if we do sudo apt-get, and we used to do install, right? We used to do install x11 apps, right? And that's how you'd get the pre-compiled binary version. But if you want to get the source code, instead of install, just put source, and you'll see that it goes ahead and downloads these packages that contain source code. Now, we can actually go ahead and enter these using cd. So if we cd into the package and take a look around, we can see that there's a folder here for xeyes. And if we take a look in xeyes, so cd xeyes, we'll be able to see in here that we've got the source code for the xeyes program. So you can see we've got our configure file that we can use to configure our GNU-C compiler, but what we're interested in right now is this xeyes.c, which is actually the source code for the xeyes program. And we can take a look in here and read the source code for the xeyes program. It's literally that simple, okay? All we had to do was go ahead and change our /etc/apt/sources.list file, and in here just uncomment all the lines that had a hash in front of them for deb source, and those are the repositories that allow you to actually download source code. So if you uncomment all of those and then update your cache using sudo apt-get update, then once you've downloaded all the new lists, all you've got to do is install the dpkg dev package, and then you're good to go. From now on, if you ever want to download any source code, all you've got to do is sudo apt-get source and then a package name. Okay, and that is all you need to know in order to be able to download and play around with source code. But one thing that you should bear in mind is that if you go into these source code packages and you actually compile them, you'll lose the ability, and install them that way, you'll lose the ability to keep them updated with your package manager. So therefore, if you have the choice to install a package through the package manager or install it from source, make sure that you install it through the package manager and through the repositories rather than compiling it yourself. But this is a really cool way to be able to go ahead and take a look at how code works and maybe incorporate it in your projects.